You notice, like, there's countless videos of Busta Rhymes getting mad at females for just being girls. This girl touched him one time, he go crazy, throw a drink on her and everything. See what I'm saying? Like, what? Why you getting mad at females? You go to these guys, they in the club, go to their section. It's all men in the section.
I never heard of him.
Model dude, like a model guy. He be doing like some rapping and stuff. His name Don Benjamin. I'm out with Don Benjamin. And the club we ended up going to, Busta Rhymes in there. Oh, I knew about this like in 2012. I knew about this in 2012.
Shout out to Diddy, Happy New Year. You know what it is, DJ Cal, it's all about victory. I'm going in. You better believe it. Shout out to Def Jam, we the best. You know what it is. It's 2010, baby. It's the takeover. I'm going in.
Happy New Year to the whole planet. God is the greatest. Real talk. And you know, I mean, if there's anything that somebody can say better than that, I'm all ears. But with that being said, continuous blessings to the whole entire universe. Let's do it way big.
I want to give a shout out to my brothers that have been inspiring me and been my friends for a long time. One of my best friends in the whole world, Busta Rhymes in the house. You know what I'm saying? He's been my friend for a long time, ever since I was like 12 years old. He's my best friend. He's in the house.
Listen, when people talk about rappers today, it ain't even sounding like hip-hop no more. It's starting to feel like a full-blown rainbow float at a Hollywood parade. Real rap, gone. Ever since Diddy got dragged into the mess with those cuffs, everybody's looking sideways at these so-called tough rappers. Like, be real? Can we even name 2 who haven't been hit with those DL rumors? Every week, it's another one getting exposed, and trust me, this ain't brand new tea.
How long has it been like this known about Busta Rhymes?
Well, I knew about this like in 2012. I knew about this in 2012.
How can we think nobody else speaks up on it or says anything?
Because, bro, these people admire these people so much. They want to make sure they in the section, they at the club, they at the video shoot, they can get backstage. That matter most to them. That matters so much to people. It's crazy. Like, but if you notice, like, there's countless videos of Busta Rhymes getting mad at females for just being girls.
People been peeping this for years. Back in 2012, the whispers were already swirling, but nobody said a word. Why? Because too many folks idolize these stars. They just want to be in the VIP section, at the after parties, near the music video sets, backstage passes in hand. That's their golden ticket, and they'll stay silent to keep it. But let's talk about Busta Rhymes. Yeah, him. The man with the machine gun flow and wild energy. You'd think he was untouchable, but now? People are pulling the curtain back. They're saying he's been getting mad at women for simply existing. Like, what? That's rare these days. Sounds crazy, right? But honestly, it's starting to track. Because behind the scenes, the industry's been hiding a lot. All these so-called hardcore rappers, some of them got deep secrets. Some of the toughest looking ones are being called out as the wildest behind closed doors. That whole thug image, a cover, a distraction. And let me tell you, it's unraveling fast. Even Orlando Brown came out naming names. And yep, he said, Busta. Yup, that Busta, the one we all thought was untouchable. Too raw, too real to ever be caught up in this stuff. But it's happening. And the internet? Oh, it's not letting it slide.
We come from a very homosexual era of hip hop as well. There was a radio personality once upon a time. Her name was Wendy Williams. And she was practically burned at the stake for talking about such, and now it's all come full.
Now Busta's been trying to keep his distance from anything that even smells like Diddy drama. He ain't dumb. He knows what's going down. But the internet, when it locks onto you, not even your grandma's prayers can save you. And now, word is Busta allegedly got too close with a few younger rappers who looked up to him. Fans are shocked. Let's rewind a bit. When Busta was asked about the whole Diddy mess, he stayed vague, real vague. No names, just a lecture about staying in your lane. People don't realize how insensitive it is to speak on things they only heard about. Then he dropped this gem, said understanding is the absence of confusion. Cute, but nobody bought it.
And I'm walking across the street and Busta Rhymes just grabbed my hand. And he holding my hand. Now I ain't know it was Busta at first. You know, Busta Rhymes tall. I'm sure I came up to about right here. So the first thing I noticed was this big ass flip mode chain that was blinding me.
Mind your business until the truth shows itself. That's what Busta said. And to the average listener, that sounds deep. But to the internet, that sounded like covering tracks. We've seen this movie before. While Busta's out here telling folks to stay out of it, the rest of us are drowning in receipts. Like seriously, who's really living under a rock these days?
If Busta ever try to front on me, hit you with no delay, so what you saying, yo? Silly with that 9 milli, what the devil, yo? Yeah, I do his better than him. He better not play with me. I will and perform Busta Rhymes show. Cause look, man, if they try to say that if you ever thought that the Busta Rhymes was better than me, you crazy.
And that is exactly why people started giving Busta the serious side eye. It didn't sound like wisdom, it sounded like deflection. And when he said he'd never stepped foot in one of Diddy's parties, oh baby, the internet pulled up fast. Boom. 2010, clip from a Diddy bash. There's Busta, front and center, laughing, sipping, Diddy calling him his childhood friend, giving him New Year's shout-outs. So now everyone's like, oh, so that's why he's preaching the stay in your lane stuff. He's covering for his boy. But that was just the beginning. Cue the Orlando Brown video, you know the one, where he just starts naming names like he's reading from a guest list, and yep, Busta's name was right in there. People laughed it off back then, chalked it up to Orlando being on another level of crazy, but now, those claims are sounding real different, especially because Orlando never backed down. He doubled down in a whole other interview, and let's just say it got dark real quick, said the industry was targeting young artists, said it was a whole system, a trap, and yeah, Busta's name kept floating to the top. Then came Trip Alley. You might not know him, but his story, it got people talking. What kind of full-grown man just grabs a random dude and begs him to come hang in VIP? That ain't normal, and fans, they peeped that quick. The real question, what was the motive? And if you thought Trip Alley was just clout chasing, here comes big homie CeCe to back it up. He told his own story, said he was out at a club with a model and a rapper, Don Benjamin. Busta was there, but big homie noticed something off, said there was a known gay lawyer in the room and Busta couldn't keep his eyes off him, like tunnel vision. Then he pulled the man aside for a private conversation. Big homie said folks have stayed quiet for years because Busta surrounded himself with people who loved the perks, VIP treatment, exclusive invites, music videos, backstage access. Nobody wanted to lose that. But behind the curtain, there were rules and a lot of silence. And the wildest part? Big homie said Busta doesn't even like women around him. Said one lady tried to touch him once and Busta's reaction was crazy, not just brushing her off like wild.
They call them fun boys. They'll say we gotta have some fun boys in the section for Busta.
What about Busta Rhymes? I've definitely seen quite a few people not too happy about your story about Busta Rhymes.
Well, ain't nobody saying nothing to me.
And that's when things hit another level because fans started looking back. Old clips, interview footage, behind-the-scenes moments. One clip showed Busta at an after-party surrounded by women, but only had eyes for one guy across the room. And people were like, how did we miss this? That energy? It was speaking volumes. And then came the real bombshell. An anonymous source, someone who claimed to have worked as a bodyguard for top-tier rappers, came forward. He didn't name names outright, but let's be honest, folks connected the dots instantly. He spilled all about these private parties thrown by rappers with big reputations. The catch? You had to sign NDAs. No phones, no cameras, just velvet couches, dim lighting, hand-picked guests, and secrets thicker than security walls. And the wildest part? These so-called hardcore rappers would walk into those parties acting like completely different people. And guess who fans instantly assumed he was talking about? Yup, Busta. And maybe even Diddy. Now let's pause for a second. Busta Rhymes, the same man who's been loud his whole career, suddenly goes silent. No press statements, no interviews, no clapbacks, nada. For someone who used to pop off without hesitation, that quiet, that's deafening. People started looking at that mind your business quote a little different. Maybe it wasn't just advice, maybe it was a warning. Like, don't go poking around if you don't want the skeletons falling out. Because now this ain't just about rumors anymore. This is careers, brands, legacies. Some fans are still trying to ride for Busta, holding on, saying he deserves the benefit of the doubt. But let's be real. In this era, silence speaks louder than any denial ever could. And while Busta's ghosting the spotlight, the internet's working overtime. TikTok detectives, fully activated. One creator went viral breaking down Busta's lyrics from back in the day, saying they were filled with hidden messages that flew over our heads back then. One line had people gasping, "We keep it sealed behind curtains where the real play." Back in 2000, sounded poetic. In 2025, that line hit like a confession, and it didn't stop there. Insiders started whispering that Busta might have known a lot more than he ever let on. Not just showing up at these events, but being deep in the loop. And now folks aren't just asking if he was at those parties, they're asking what went down at them. And let's talk about loyalty. Where did it go? Because the minute the drama hit the fan, some of Busta's biggest supporters turned into his loudest critics. People who once called him a legend now dragging him like he was never even part of the culture. Even big blogs are stepping back. None of the majors want to be the first to officially break it. But the streets, YouTubers, gossip bloggers, independent expose channels, they're going hard. One even claimed they had security footage from one of those underground parties with Busta's name allegedly on the guest list. At this point, fans are just waiting for one thing. That one piece of proof, that one leaked clip, that one text. That's all it'll take to blow this whole thing wide open. And guess what? That shoe might be dropping sooner than we think. Sources close to the industry are whispering like crazy. Some of the big names are already lawyering up, scrubbing connections, going off the grid, and Busta's name still floating around in that mix. People are saying this feels exactly like how Diddy's downfall started. First it's rumors, then people ignore it, then boom, one video and it's a wrap. And now fans are whispering, Busta's one exposed clip away from his whole empire crumbling. And check this, some of Busta's own industry friends have gone dead silent. No shoutouts, no collaborations. A few even unfollowed him on social. And let's be honest, in 2025, that's as loud as a press conference. Meanwhile, Orlando Brown's still out here, not backing down one bit. He's doubling down, saying the truth's deeper than people realize. It's not just about Diddy, he said it's bigger, way deeper, and that's when folks really started spiraling. Then came another twist. A guest on a hip-hop podcast, someone who used to be a celebrity stylist, spilled major tea, said there were coded rules behind the scenes, like if you wanted to stay in the inner circle, you had to keep your mouth shut. No matter what you saw, no matter what went down, secrets weren't just hidden, they were protected. So now everyone's rewatching old Busta clips, throwback interviews, times when he swerved questions or suddenly changed topics. And it's all looking different now, like he knew what he was doing. Because in today's world, nothing stays hidden forever. All it takes is one leak, one angry ex-friend, one petty stylist with an old camera roll, and boom, down goes another icon. And just when people thought it couldn't get messier, another voice entered the chat. A former Miami club promoter claimed he used to set up after parties for the elite, and Busta was one of the VIPs. And what he said got people raising eyebrows left and right. He claimed Busta always showed up with a small crew, demanded his own section, and left through the back door. Always. Never used the front. And he had rules. No press, no phones, no outsiders. You didn't know somebody, you weren't getting within 10 feet of him, so now people are really side-eyeing like what exactly was going down in those rooms. And here's the real question fans are now asking. Is Busta just caught in the crossfire, or was he one of the architects of this whole hidden network? Because it ain't looking like isolated behavior anymore. It's looking like a whole operation. Meanwhile, conspiracy theories are flooding the internet. Folks are digging deep, pointing out moments when Busta defended certain people, avoided certain topics, or straight up looked scared when asked about industry secrets. One viral clip showed him getting tense and visibly uncomfortable when someone casually brought up private parties during a radio interview. That wasn't awkwardness. That was fear. So now everybody's asking the same thing. If this is all just smoke, where's the fire? Because at this point, it's feeling like the fire's been raging, hidden behind velvet ropes, dark rooms, and a wall of silence. And then came the final straw. Word started spreading that Busta allegedly poured a drink on a woman at a club just because she touched him. Let's pause. Nobody's judging someone's lifestyle. If Busta swings a certain way, that's his business. But flipping out like that says something. The aggression, the reaction, the energy. And suddenly, all the past clips of him going off on women make so much more sense. That's why the blogs are on fire now. Headlines flying like, Busta Rhymes spotted leaving Pride event with trans woman. And before anyone could even fact check, the internet was stitching together clips, interviews, and stories from insiders. And the pattern was undeniable. People started saying, yo, I knew something was off when I saw that old clip of Busta snapping at that girl for touching him. Dude was mad. And now, it's not just a one-off rumor, it's a pattern. One commenter summed it up perfectly. Rap is dead. Every time I hear it now, I gotta cover my ears in fear. But what's crazier, this ain't even about rap anymore. Fans are tying it to Hollywood, the elite, and even deeper networks. Like this is all just the tip of the iceberg. Like there's a whole dark web of power, control, and secrets, and it's finally unraveling. But here's the real question for you. Do you think Busta Rhymes has been hiding in plain sight all these years? Are the rumors about him and younger rappers real? Or is the internet spiraling again with another scandal? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more exposés like this. And tell us, who should we break down next? Because this rabbit hole, oh, it's just getting started. See you in the next one. See you in the next one.